Have you ever wondered what Scar was like before he became the villain we all know from The Lion King? What led him down that dark path? The Lion Guard series, specifically the special The Rise of Scar, finally gives us the answers we've been waiting for. It dives deep into his backstory, revealing a young, ambitious lion who wasn't always consumed by hatred. The story takes us back to a time when Mufasa and his younger brother, known then as Taka, were a Hoost Cubs. Taka, later to be called Scar, was the leader of the Lion Guard. That's right, the same role Kion holds in the series. He was tasked with protecting the Pride Lands and defending the Circle of Life. He even had the Roar of the Elders, a powerful gift passed down through generations. So, what went wrong? It all started with a mysterious, charismatic lion who appeared in the out. This stranger saw Taka's potential and his slight resentment of being second to Mufasa. He fed Taka's ego, telling him that with his intelligence and the power of the roar, he could be king. The stranger proposed a plan. Together, they would overthrow Mufasa. Taka, tempted by the promise of power, agreed. He brought his lion guard to help the stranger, believing they were going to discuss a strategy. But it was a trap. The strange lion wasn't there to help him become king. He was there to take the Pride Lands for himself. And he had a partner in this scheme, a venomous cobra. During the ensuing chaos, the cobra bit Taka over his left eye. The venom didn't kill him, but it left a permanent mark, a scar that would forever define him. Moritan thought the venom seemed to seep into his heart, amplifying his jealousy and resentment. When he returned to the Pride Lands, Mufasa, concerned, rushed to his side. Instead of seeing a worried brother, Taka saw only pity. Mufasa even gave him the nickname Scar as a joke, trying to lighten the mood. But for Taka, this was the final insult. He embraced the name Scar, a constant reminder of his brother's perceived mockery and his own failed ambition. Blinded by rage and a thirst for revenge, Scar did the unthinkable. He turned to the Roar of the Elders, the very power meant to protect the Pride Lands, and used it for evil. He unleashed its full force against his own Lion Guard, destroying them in a single, terrible blast. By using the Roar for evil, he lost it forever. This act sealed his fate, severing his connection to the lions of the past and setting him firmly on the path of villainy. Now, let's fast forward to Kion's time. The story of Scar's rise is told to Kion by Rafiki. As a warning, at the same time, the Hyena clan, led by Yanja, is trying to find a way to defeat the Lion Guard. They stumble upon a plan to bring Scar back, not as a living lion, but as a fiery spirit summoned within a volcano. Ushari, the grumpy cobra who often gets trampled by the animals of the Pride Lands, feels disrespected and ignored. He remembers the old stories of Scar and seeks out Janja's clan. He tells them that by combining a specific ritual with Kiona's Roar of the Elders directed into the volcano, they can resurrect Scar's spirit. Kion, unaware of their plot, is lured to the volcano. Janja provokes him, and in a moment of anger, Kion unleashes the roar. The power echoes into the heart of the volcano, and just as Ushari planned, the ground shakes, lava bubbles, and a fiery image of Scar emerges from the flames. The legendary villain is back, his spirit now bound to the volcano, ready to continue his quest to destroy the Pride Lands. The return of Scar's spirit changes everything. He becomes the master strategist for the Outlanders. He's no longer just a memory. He's an active threat, commanding Janja Ushari and a growing army of villains from his fiery lair. He orchestrates attacks, devises cunning plans, and uses his knowledge of the Pride Lands to exploit every weakness. This sets up a massive conflict for the rest of the season. Kion and the Lion Guard aren't just fighting rogue hyenas anymore. They're fighting the ghost of one of the greatest villains the Pride Lands has ever known. It's a battle of good versus evil, legacy versus ambition. And it all started with a young lion named Taka, who made a terrible choice. The Rise of Scar is more than just a villain's origin story. It's a powerful lesson about jealousy, the temptation of power, and how small resentments can grow into consuming hatred. It shows us that even those with great potential can fall, and it adds incredible depths to the character we thought we knew. It connects the classic Lion King movie to the new generation, creating a continuous, epic saga. What do you think of Scar's backstory? Spiritual one. Let's set the scene. In the first episode of The Lion Guard, Return of the Roar, Kion accidentally unleashes the spirit of Scar when he uses the roar of the elders in anger. We see Scar's fiery form appear in the volcano, brought back to a semblance of life by the very power that once defeated him. This is the crucial moment. The theory proposes that in this instant, as Scar's malevolent spirit was reawakened, it lashed out. Imagine this. A burst of dark, spiritual energy explodes from the volcano, unseen by anyone. This energy, fueled by decades of bitterness and a thirst for revenge, seeks a target. And who better to target than the son of Simba, the new leader of the Lion Guard, the one who just disturbed his rest. This surge of evil, a spectral claw, strikes Kion across the eye. It wouldn't have been a physical wound at first, not one that bled. Instead, it would be a spiritual mark, a curse, a faint, almost invisible line that only became a true scar when triggered by something else. This is where Ashari comes in. In the official story, Ushari's bite is the sole cause. But in this theory, Oshari's venom isn't the origin of the scar, it's the catalyst. Think of it like an invisible ink that only appears under a certain light. When Oshari bit him in that exact same spot, the cobra's venom didn't just poison Kion's body. It activated the dark magic left behind by Scar. The venom reacted with Scar's spectral energy, causing the mark to physically manifest and fester into the scar we all know. This explains why the scar was so much more than a simple wound. It wasn't just venom that Kion was fighting. He was battling the lingering essence of Scar himself. This is why the healing process was so difficult, why it affected him so deeply, and why he struggled with controlling his anger and the roar. The scar was a constant connection to his great chunkle's evil, a conduit for all that negative energy. The symbolism here is just incredible. Scar got his scar from a moment of betrayal and darkness, which set him on his villainous path. In this theory, Kion receives his scar from that same darkness, but his journey is the complete opposite. Instead of letting the scar corrupt him, Kion fights Italiano. He has to overcome not just a physical ailment, but the spiritual echo of his family's darkest chapter. His struggle becomes a battle for his very soul against the legacy of his great. It also makes the Lions of the Outlands episode even more powerful. When Kion meets Kovu, another lion scarred over his eye, the connection is deeper. Both were marked by scars influenced Kovu physically by Zira, who was following Scar's ideology, and Kion spiritually by Scar himself. They are two sides of the same coin, both struggling with the shadow Scar cast over their lives. And what about Kion's healing journey to the Tree of Life? It's no longer just about curing a venomous bite. It's about spiritual purification. The challenges he faces and the lessons he learns are all about cleansing himself of Scar's lingering malice. When Nirmala tells him he must let go of the venom in his heart, she could be speaking metaphorically. He needs to release the anger, the pain, and the evil that Scar's mark represents. This theory neatly ties together the beginning of the Lion Guard with the overarching lore of the Lion King. It makes Scar a more persistent and terrifying threat, his influence reaching across generations to haunt Simba's own son. It elevates Kion's personal struggle from a simple snakebite recovery to an epic battle against inherited evil. It gives the scar a weight and significance that resonates through the entire series. Kion isn't just a hero who got unlucky. He's a hero who was targeted by the ultimate evil and chose to rise above it. He carries a mark of darkness, but turns it into a symbol of his own strength and resilience. So, while the official canon tells us it was it connects the dots in a way that feels so poetic and fitting for the grand saga of the Lion King. Kion's scar becomes a direct inheritance from his villainous great, and his journey to heal becomes a quest to break the cycle of hate and reclaim his own destiny. What do you guys think? Do you prefer the official story with Oshari? Or does this spiritual attack from Scar make more sense to you? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think about this awesome theory. Thanks so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next video. See you in the Pride Lands.